Howdy, gang!
Welcome
To another fiery episode of the Burning Insomniac Inquiry. Volume 44.
I thought you wanted to do it. This was your boy. I was just gonna... Go ahead, it's your boy.
Keith Van Horn.
Pull your socks up.
That is not attractive.
Look, Keith, my socks are up. Keith!
I feel like this is another 44.
Is it Keith?
Keith Van Horn episode.
Oh, my other sock.
Still going. Where we will be discussing the Nash brothers.
They're not brothers.
Rob Ford, of course.
That fat piece of shit.
And lastly, never the least though,
Lee. I'm sorry, I can't have it misquoted. It's my shit right there.
Temper and anger. And anger management. That feels like something we've talked before.
I feel like I'm gonna need to give you like a fucking intervention.
About my anger?
Yeah, I need to calm the fuck down, sir. Look at you.
me.
Look at you. You're ready to explode right now.
Just one big ball of rage.
Just push it down.
BOOM!
Jesus Christ. We got Rob Ford and his firing. I'm gonna say the firing with quotations. He just pretty much kicked that nigga out of the TTC commissioner. What was his title?
General manager, I think.
Are you a general manager? Isn't that like, I feel like that's what you do for a store, like an NBA team. What do you?
See, a store like an NBA team.
Or an NBA team.
Oh, alright then.
I just feel like a very awkward title to have for that type of
There's
business.
far too many titles for the world. And
As is? Yeah. So then why would we're just gonna use ones that don't even make sense? Can we why don't we make him junior vice president?
Because then you need a CEO and then a COO to CEO over his...
Why does the COO and the COO need to be beefing? They got C's and O's just because one has an extra O that looks like titties? Is that why?
I'm sorry. The TTC chair, Mr. Webster,
you do that,
was recently let go from his position after a committee vote by the council people of the City of Toronto. Now, people are speculating that Rob Ford got his friends to vote out the chair.
Oh yes, friends. Alright. I was gonna quote that one too.
Ford has not liked this guy for a while, mainly because he's against Rob Ford's plans for world domination. I mean,
Toronto domination. Then
TTC expansion, but yeah.
Toronto domination.
That also. So, too easy. First question. How do you feel?
Question the first.
About the conspiracy theory that Rob Ford
it's not a conspiracy.
Controls people's minds.
This is exactly what happened.
To fire people.
Rob Ford said this, and I quote, "Use my niggas. You guys, you guys niggas I fuck with. We gonna get this nigga ousted, and we gonna do it our way."
True.
Cause I'm saying, if I'm like, yo, Il Depo, we have a common goal, a shared goal.
Right.
And that nigga over there standing in the way, I'm gonna be like, okay, let's have a vote. El Depo, I know you on my side.
Right.
All you other committee members, I know you guys are on my side. So let's get rid of the niggas standing in our way.
Now, what do you say to that when he's been trying to do this from
Like
years
6
before?
years ago? This is beef. This is beef. Like, I sing the song every time I say the word beef. Beef is when your moms ain't safe up in the street. Your
So,
job?
The TTC chair's mom isn't safe in these streets.
Clear his job, man. And they made it, they took his job. And they made it seem legitimate as possible. But everybody's in like an uproar about it.
Don't say made it seem, because it was legitimate. The motherfucker ain't good at his job.
It is Rob Ford. Anyone taking his job yet?
Whoa. The nigga had 1 year on the job, and we're trying
And
to
it
say
was
he's
terrible.
doing a terrible.
I'm not trying to say it. I said it.
This is his first actual move.
Oh my god, it's his first move as the mayor. We should give him a mulligan. Oh my god, maybe he'd give another try.
What mulligan?
Let him hit a reset button.
He did the right thing. The motherfucker that's been leading the TTC for the last 20 years has apparently plunged the shit to the worst public transit system in the world. The worst.
And so you're
The
telling
last 5 years, ridership has gone up, yet for some reason TTC fares have gone up. How does it make more sense
Supply and demand.
to be making more money, but yet you're charging the more people that sign up for this more money?
that. Have you not seen what business owners do? When more people want something, they raise it the fuck up as high as humanly possible. You mean tell me gas needs to be $1.31 right now? Tell me gas needs to be $1.31 right now. They could easily charge gas as $1 a liter and be making a very, very cool profit. But gas is $1.31. And you're telling me that the Rob Ford needs to fire the fucking general manager for this shit? Fuck out of here. He wants a subway system, and he's had a hard-on for a subway system for like 6 years. And because of the TTC general manager, and among other people who have found this to be not unfeasible, but not the best route to go. There's other ways that could happen, and even so, the other ways that could happen sooner. Because that people are like, nah, Rob, you can do it this way. It's not his way. He said, fuck y'all. I have my power now, so I'm gonna do it my way.
As he should, being the mayor. That way, at the end of his run, he can be like, I did that, so if that fucks up, blame me. Don't blame me for the shit that y'all niggas want to do.
He's not gonna say that.
Why wouldn't he do that?
What mayor has ever said if that fucked up, you can blame me? Tell me what not even mayor, what politician?
The politician that actually got to do shit his way. Because if we looked just across our border, we have Mr. Obama, who's promised a whole bunch of change, if you remember.
Yeah.
And for the first 2 years of his term, absolutely nothing happened, because every single time he tried to do some shit, the fucking Republicans would then vote against him or try and fucking corrupt his bill into something else that it wasn't. But over the last 2 years, he's actually been getting some fucking leeway with his health bill and ending the war and all the other shit that he promised to do.
Killing Bin Laden.
Killing Bin Laden, I don't think that was one of his promises, but true. So, if we give Ford the chance to do what he says he's gonna do, which is make the city better, and I see him doing that, then the fuck.
Better for who?
For the people that are gonna live in the city in a couple of years. Because we're always complaining that we don't have money in the budget. This nigga's trying to make money for that budget for the next thing that he wants to do, so that way people would be like, oh, we do have money in the budget.
Oh,
Now,
so there's
listen-
money in the budget.
Listen to this nigga's plan, though.
Oh shit, there's money, but is there money in the budget though?
No, there isn't. So now we gotta
Okay, we gotta get money in the budget.
Exactly.
Fuck, nigga, there's no money in the budget. Fuck, there's no money in the. Stop everything. There's no money in the budget.
Which is a common cry every time anything tries to happen in the city. But now listen to his plan for the subways to try and fund them. He says we should start our own lottery for that shit. Now try and tell me where that's a bad idea.
We're gonna make people play the lottery to fund the
Not
team.
make them, we're gonna make a new lottery, because niggas in Toronto love lotteries if they're playing that rock, paper, scissors shit. Rock, paper, scissors. Right. So clearly, all we have to do is make a new lottery, and the proceeds from that will go straight to the subway. Tell me where the harm is in that. It's a flawless plan.
No, my head hurts.
But unfortunately, the Ontario Gaming Commission said no, not because it's a bad idea, but because then other people would want to start their own lotteries for their own private shits. Yeah.
I can't stand bureaucracy. There's too much right now that's like my anger is going in too many directions. I can't focus it. It's like fucking just kill spray. I need a laser beam of anger focus. And right now, it was supposed to be on Rob Ford, but if that's legit, if Rob Ford has a good idea,
he has a good idea.
I'll give him a good idea.
And
but if that's what happens, I can't even, I lost my original trend of anger. I can't even.
And that's why I'm not trying to get on the Rob Ford bandwagon. I'm not that far ahead.
If you did,
I'm just saying, as it's just driving through the road, I'm not throwing tomatoes at it.
Alright, I'm gonna throw cabbage.
Like, that's easier.
Yeah. I'm not gonna fuck him up with tomatoes, but cabbage.
True. So all I'm saying is give the nigga a fucking chance. Wow. English. English. So,
new world order.
In the NHL,
Come on.
Their trade deadline just came and went.
Come on.
And the biggest star, probably on the trading block, was the Columbus Blue Jackets, Rick Nash.
Ooh, yeah. Kevin Nash's little brother.
Rick Nash. Why would you lie to the people? They're not related at all.
Are you gonna do this or not? Because it's too sweet, nigga. For life. The NWO is for life. That's what I said in grade 6. I'm gonna say that shit to my grave. The NWO is for life. Back to the Nashes.
So Rick Nash is the Columbus Blue Jackets all-time points leader, goal leader,
hey,
all that good shit.
So they're gonna retire his jersey?
So, come trade day, a lot of speculation was on Rick Nash saying that he wanted to get traded.
That was actually for months up until the trade day.
Trade deadline came and went. No trade.
Fancy that.
Everyone's asking, hey, why don't you trade him? Rick Nash said, motherfuckers, I never said I wanted to get traded. Y'all niggas said that shit.
Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting on the ice?
I don't think that translates very well.
Shooting. With the puck on the ice. They weren't there. Bitch, you wasn't with me when I made that request to not have been traded?
Bitch, you was... Oh, no, that's like that? Okay. So, now I want to know, is the media wrong, for one, for just jumping to the conclusion that he wanted to get traded just because his team is shitty and has been shitty? And secondly, what's wrong with him? Why the fuck wouldn't you want to get traded from a shitty-ass team to a contender, like most decent players do?
Cause he, like the other Nash, Steven, who plays for the Phoenix Suns, has a case of loyalty. He believes...
Hold on, I'm sorry, what, is that something at Denny's? That...
L-O-L-T. So, he believes that in signing that contract with the Columbus Blue Jackets, he is a Columbus Blue Jacket till the contract runs out. So that means he doesn't give a fuck about any potential ideas with any other team. He's a Columbus Blue Jacket until the contract runs out. And then maybe he can think about something else. Like Steve Nash, who is literally in the twilight. Like I feel like, plays with fucking death waiting, like on the bench, right next to Alvin Gentry. He has the fucking sickle and shit, just, yeah, come on, nigga, come on. But Steve Nash also has that loyalty. So he's not going to ask for a trade. He's not going to push for a trade. He's a Phoenix Sun until his contract runs out. And that is something that is missing in sports. Not only from players, but from fucking teams. Because teams will pluck, like fucking Peyton Manning. They'll make it seem like a player's going to get traded after they've done, like, they put the franchise on their back. Carried it. Then you're going to be like, oh, well, you're not that good anymore. We're trying to rebuild. Fuck, I don't give a... When I'm ready to go is when I go. I done carried this shit. Sorry, got a little excited there.
So, the opposite of that, let's say Brett Favre still wanted to play for the Packers. You're in favor of that?
To be fair, if Brett Favre was at the Packers, he was still performing. And it wasn't even a matter of they weren't saying that he wasn't allowed to stay. He just wasn't going to be starting. There's a difference there.
Oh, so you're okay with them putting Peyton on the bench?
Again, Andrew Luck hadn't been sitting behind Brett Favre for 5 years. Andrew Luck's not going to be sitting behind Peyton Manning for like 5 years. Aaron Rodgers was there, he learned, he was good, and clearly starting him worked. It was his time. Andrew Luck is a rookie. His ass should be sitting on the bench until Peyton retires.
Until Peyton retires? Peyton's not an old ass man.
3-4 years. He has a neck problem. His neck is broken. It needs to be fused together with lasers. Okay?
And now they've rebuilt him. He's stronger than he's ever been.
That's not gonna hold. It's not gonna last. You know our human technology isn't that fucking advanced. His neck's gonna break in the next 2 years. Andrew Luck has his time. Let him learn behind one of the greatest of all time, and fucking don't rush the process. If you're rebuilding, then rebuild. Don't fucking just, I'm gonna fucking destroy the foundation, and then I'm gonna send a couple guys in there. They're not really good with tools, but whatever they come up with, they come up with. I apologize for that rant. I was a little angry.
That's alright. Okay. But with that whole focus, that kind of messes up Andrew Luck's chance of being like the greatest quarterback ever. Because he has to wait 3-4 years behind Peyton before he can start putting up numbers. Because if we look at Peyton's career, he got to come straight into the league and pretty much shit all over everybody.
2 words for you, nigga. Touchdown Tom. That's all I gotta fucking say about that shit. Touchdown motherfucking Tom.
What do you have to tell me about Touchdown Tom?
How many years did he sit behind fucking fucking, what is his name? I can't even remember that fucking shit-ass fucking quarterback. Drew Bledsoe. How many years did he sit behind Drew Bledsoe?
I said maybe 2.
He sat behind Drew Bledsoe, he learned, and he came in, and now he is one of the greatest, if not the greatest quarterback to ever play in the NFL. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with having a learning curve. Understandably, there's some quarterbacks who come in right away and they're successful, but that does not mean... That does not mean that that's the blueprint for how you succeed. Because then you can have quarterbacks like fucking Jamarcus Russell happen. You can have quarterbacks like fucking Rex Grossman happen. Like I can go on this list of quarterbacks that sucked when they got thrown in versus quarterbacks who succeeded. It's a lot longer. It's a lot longer.
Okay. All right.
So, I deviate from the original point about what's wrong with Rick and Steve Nash. Yeah.
According to you, there's nothing wrong with them.
According to 2E,
they're the golden boys of the league. And I think they're mentally retarded if they're not going to go for the gold. You're getting paid regardless. No matter what team you're going to go to, you're going to get paid. Why are you going to stay in a shitty city where you're not getting the support that you need around you to win? So why not go for where the championships are?
Loyalty.
Here's my idea. Not loyalty, cowardice. You're afraid to go to a contender and lose because then when you do retire and you don't win anything, people will be like, oh, he just wasn't that good. He was only good because he played on a shitty team his whole career.
But the Suns were a contender. The Suns were supposed to win for several years.
Supposed to, but never did. Why? Because you weren't good enough.
Yeah. That's what happened so far. So I feel like at this point he doesn't really need to do that to prove anything different.
Need to win?
No, to prove anything. They're gonna say it wrong.
He's afraid though.
If anything, him doing that will cement that. They're gonna say he's fucking a loser and he needs to go somewhere else. A la Kevin Garnett.
He'll have the scapegoat though of saying, but I was on Phoenix my whole career. I never really got a chance to do what Kevin Garnett did. Or got a chance to do what Dwayne Wade and LeBron did, because when I actually did reach my prime, I was on this terrible team. I did get 2 MVPs though. You saw my 2 MVPs? Look at those guys. There's just no championship to go with them because I was on a really bad team.
I can respect if you want to win, because that's what you play sports for, and I'm not gonna deny that that's not being in the forefront of these guys' minds is not weird to me, but loyalty in sports is a forgotten thing, so I have to make sure I celebrate it. Because it doesn't happen nearly enough.
So is sexism in sports. I don't understand. So is drinking before you play. So is drinking in the clubhouse.
Loyalty's an admirable thing, though.
Oh. Is that?
Yeah.
That's what loyalty means?
Yeah. I'm gonna... Webster's Dictionary, please. Loyalty.
You need to tweet that to me or something.
Lastly, but not leastly, we have a debate, if you will. An open forum for ideas to flourish. King's off the idea tree. Temperance. Yeah, I had to make sure I make it mellow, because this is gonna get loud. It's gonna get rowdy. Temperance. Oftentimes, I find myself telling people, I'm a grown ass man. You don't see me getting all riled up and shit over some stupidness like a nigga who wants to just build a subway system and fire niggas for no reason.
True.
Like this little back and forth. This is for fun. We entertain. That's what we do. We're entertainers. But in real life, jazz hands, love it. In real life, if we are, for example, playing drop-in basketball, which El DePaul and myself frequent, we play drop-in basketball probably 3 times a week easy. If dudes have a dispute, they want to argue, this has happened before. They argue, then we normally have an arbitrary system of where you shoot for it. That's what causes it. It's like rock, paper, scissors. There's no like malice, there's no underlying, you just shoot, you miss, you hit it, it's your ball. This has happened, and then arguments has continued. So what happens when that argument, like that fever pitch starts just rising, and then the dude who is coming at you gets up to be up here, and he's loud, and he's being disrespectful. Oh, El DePaul, you's a bitch nigga, and you's a fat bitch nigga, and look at that fucking haircut. You ain't cutting your fucking hair. What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? What, you ain't doing shit with your life, nigga? Like, he's coming at your soul. What does El DePaul respond with?
This is how I've responded probably ever since I was in like grade 9.
Grade 7? It was before that.
I've realized that fighting isn't going to solve any of my problems. If I punch a nigga in the mouth, I'm probably just going to end up getting punched back in my mouth, which is then going to make me want to punch another nigga in his mouth, and then probably get me punched back in my mouth. So it just starts a vicious cycle. But I normally
get worse. Like that cycling this like slide.
True. If I get punched in my mouth twice, that's equal to like 1 kick in the balls.
Right?
Either way, what I've decided to do is I'm not gonna take niggas that serious. Why does everything always have to escalate so much further? Like, I don't even like getting loud with another nigga.
Right?
Just because, what am I proving? If I want to say something to you, I'm going to say something to you.
Here's my favorite quote, and this has actually happened at basketball. Just because you're saying it louder doesn't mean you're right. Just because you're yelling at me doesn't mean that your point is somehow better than mine. Like, I understand sometimes I get loud. It's just force of habit. I was raised in a Caribbean household. Sometimes I just get, my voice will project. And I work with children for a living, so I'm used to projecting over them. But that doesn't mean that I'm angry or I'm yelling. It legitimately just means I want to make sure my voice was heard. I'll come right the fuck back down. I'm not about this, we need to yell argument. Yeah, it's not, like, it's happened to me once or twice in my lifetime where sometimes a dude has gotten, like, exceedingly disrespectful for too long, and that just awoken that, like, dormant anger within me. But I've seen that, I don't like that, so I'm going to make sure I take steps to avoid that from happening. Because it's ridiculous. We grown-ass men. Like, I hate to say it, it's 2012. I'm grown. Why must I be yelling at you over the fact that this ball may or may not have been out?
So let me pose a question to you guys. How do you respond to angry niggas? And if you are one of these angry niggas,
why?
What are you proving?
Something a little slow. Just for everyone to calm down. Feel the I wish I had cymbals right now. Finger cymbals? That shit would be cray right now.
So you're trying to be a one-man band out here, is what you're saying?
No, I said finger cymbals. One-man band has knee cymbals. Try to fuck with my karma right now. I have my chakras in place and shit. We done talked about anger, and this is what you gonna do? Get a tip.
I'm sorry. What was it again? Something about anger?
Count to 10. My God, I have to carry this show.
Why is that a tip? I feel like that's elementary school stuff. Not even preschool stuff.
Fine, count to 5. We grown out here. We don't gotta count all the way to 10.
I feel like we should be counting higher because we're grown.
Why should we be counting for that long?
107 maybe?
That's just an awkward number to count to. Can we make it even? I have a thing about even numbers.
No, it doesn't make any sense. If we're going to even numbers, then you're just focusing on the counting instead of what it's supposed to be doing.
You just fucked the tip up. I hope you realize that. This is the worst tip ever. You know how often you said it's the best tip you ever given? This right here is the worst tip that's ever been given. Ever. In the history of this show. Nothing will be worse than this.
Keith Van Horn episode.
I tried. I'm sorry, but I tried.
Adele DePoe.
It's just too easy.
At The Burning Is.
TheBurningIs.com. Check out us. Check out us. Check us out on Facebook. Like that shit.
Let him burn.